Warning: the following show contains strong language and content that may not be suitable for a younger audience. The show can also contain spoilers for any and all anime and manga, so always check the description below for the relevant spoiler warnings. And if you don't, then that's your fault, so consider yourselves warned. Hello everyone! This is episode 30. Hopefully
the episode where we've had many takes.
Yeah, and it's not well, normally we just hit these once and we'll just go with whatever's recorded.
Manimal's perfectionist.
But Manimal wanted to get Hold Your Hands perfect, and it just so happens he did.
I actually didn't get it perfect.
Only I fucked up.
I didn't play bar chords for the chorus, but we can forget about that.
We can all let's just leave the memory of this intro
you
far
can
behind.
do a separate video just with the intro, mate. You can do it.
It's all right. It's all right.
But let's tell you what we're not leaving behind. This episode itself, it's only just begun. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 30 of the Manga Raiders Community Happy Hour. My name is Vacant, and I am joined today by Mr. Sherbet Lemon. Hello.
Hello.
And Manimal. Hello.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, back again. Guess who's back?
I guess who's back after that tremendous episode.
Unfortunately,
phenomenal one.
Yeah, ever entertaining, ever musically talented. Both of you, because you both played harmonica and all sorts.
I'm really good at guitar.
Sherbet on the harmonica, Manimal on the guitar.
Yeah, you think you're so good? Listen to that skill.
Oh no. But we're going to talk today. Speaking of leaving things behind, we are finally leaving winter behind us, and we are looking towards spring, where the weather gets a little bit warmer. You know, everything gets a little better. The days get a little
like
longer.
Shit outside.
It smells.
You know that smell when like the mud literally smells like shit.
Do you know what that is? That's normally
That's
because,
shit.
like,
That's
it's
shit.
manure.
It's just warming up.
Well,
You've not noticed
yeah.
it because it's in amongst the mud. But now it's
Well,
shit.
that's just the classic
And it's hot
springtime
shit.
smell.
I don't know why hot shit is regarded as a positive kind of term, because hot shit is just fucking terrible.
Somebody says someone is like, "Oh, that's hot shit." That is.
That's hot shit. Yeah,
That's
you're
hot as
fucking
shit.
stinking. You are absolutely fucking stinking up the air, mate.
Yeah, hot shit isn't
It's
good.
what you're doing.
It's always the English expression of dog's bollocks. Like, it's not a good thing. Like, you don't generally
You don't like some dog's testicles in your face.
That
but
is the dog's
still-
bollocks, and it's like, well, no, not really. It's like,
What if your dog doesn't have balls?
then you can't. Well, that's
Then you can't call it the dog's balls. You call that the dog's empty
small, empty
void
sack.
that makes him feel empty inside.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the dog's sense of loss.
That's tragic now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
made me
I
feel
hope you
sad.
feel better about that now after getting your dog neutered, you dick.
Anywho,
apologize.
I get the feeling that none of us have a dog.
I was just trying to listen to Bob Barker.
What?
that's a reference we don't get here in England.
Yeah,
you don't have the prices
Just
right.
put up the reference. Put up the reference. Fuck it.
I guess you guys
Just
don't
put it
have
on.
prices right then, eh?
Yeah, not by Bob Barker.
You have someone else? Who do you have?
I fucking don't know. I can't remember.
It's not
Somebody
Drew
did it.
Carey.
No, somebody did an English version. I can't remember. It was. I don't think it's on anymore. Who knows? Some fucker did it.
So welcome to the tangent episode. It seems.
Anywho.
Yeah, we've got off to a good start.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, how was your week, guys? Are you okay? Is everyone good? Is everyone gravy?
I've had a terrible week of spending time with the girlfriend for her birthday and having her father pay for lots of treats, like going out drinking and going away on a holiday for a night and stuff like that. And it's just been getting freebies all the way. It's just been terrible. It's like Why would I want to swim and get free beer and a cheap meal and stuff like that? It's like, fuck that. So difficult a life I have. Pity me. Send money to my Patreon. How about you
Won't even
guys?
buy me the new Star Wars figures I want.
Oh my god. How about you, Vacant?
It's been a very, very good week indeed. I'm very, very busy. I am tired as shit. I've been helping someone to move all day. I literally got in, had about 6 hours sleep, got up, and then I've been helping someone to move their shit into one house. I hate moving house. I hate doing my own house and moving. So to help someone else is even more of a ball ache, because like they'll like really snap at you because they'll be like, "Don't put that wardrobe there. It doesn't belong there." It's like, it hasn't been in this house yet. It don't belong anywhere. It belongs where I put this shit down. So fuck off. Except where your wardrobe's gonna be. Anyway, yeah, so I'm very, very tired, and I am in need of a release, and what better way to sit and chat with my favourite manga readers. Some of my favourite manga readers. You're not in the top
two.
My top two.
Yeah. How about yourself, Manimal? What have you been up to yourself?
Nothing of immediate excitement.
Great talk, bro. Great talk. And that's the end of the Manga Readers episode number 30.
Take it to the credits. No. We have something pressing to discuss.
Yes,
and
we
that
do.
is, with spring coming up, it harkens a new season, and that also means a new season of anime coming up. So this is indeed everyone's the much rumored but nobody believes spring anime season preview. Now, in past season previews, we have literally gone through every single new IP and new season. New show, sorry, and we have
normally not having a clue about it as we go.
Yeah,
we're just kind of like picking out everything we can find on any website available.
Yeah, normally what we've done is we've gone through every single new show and we have previewed it, but we're not going to do that this time because it gets A, it's a lot of work, and B, it makes long ass episodes, and it's we just want to chill. So instead, what we have done ourselves to give you a little sneak peek of this upcoming season is me, Sherbet, and Manimal have each chosen 5 new shows or 5 existing ones.
I chose 6.
Manimal chose 6.
Manimal
couldn't leave one behind.
Yep.
He's like
I
Forrest
didn't even
Gump.
know I chose 6 actually. I just did.
He's like Forrest Gump.
Motherfucking rebel.
Can't leave a person behind. He just couldn't take that show off his shoulders. He needed to do Pan No Peace needed to come with him.
So if any of his turn out to be
show
shit,
season.
then you have to send in a hate mail. Simple as that.
Send it to Manimal at
wait,
Manimal
I actually
at
sent
Manimal
5, but it just looks
Manimal-
like 6 in the Skype chat.
UK Manimal. Well, not UK, he's Canadian. But
Manimal UK.
Manimal UK Canada. Manimal U Canada.
Canada?
Yeah, Canada. He's from Canada.
He is from Canada.
We make it sound Japanese because of the whole anime thing. It seems
Because we
we're
are
just like
officially weird.
we're so weeby. Oh my god. Anywho, so who would like to begin? Is
I
there
can
any
start.
particular big anime that are standing out for people that need to be mentioned right off
will-
the bat,
I will-
or else
I will
everything
right off the
else?
bat say, like, we each have picked 5 shows, but there are a couple of notable omissions that we've left off for no real reason, just because everyone knows about them and everyone knows a lot about these kind of things. So I'm just, right off the bat, I have to say, JoJo, it's coming in the season. It's not in my list because if you don't know about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it's the 4th part that's coming out. Watch it, get up to date, and watch that shit because it's great. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I definitely
Never
recommend
seen it myself,
10 out of
but
10.
I know of it.
Maybe not
So
10
yeah,
out of 10. 10
check
out
out
of 10.
JoJo.
Perfect.
As far as the are any of us dealing with second seasons at all for this one?
Well, just
Or
more
is it
Assassination
all-
Classroom, the second part of the second
Well,
season.
that was last
That was
season.
winter.
Yeah, but it's continuing on this one too.
Yeah, but that's just because it takes its time. It's lazy as
Which,
fuck.
by the way, have you seen the last episode? That was some pretty
No,
good
so do
stuff.
not get into it. Do not get into it. I do not need spoilers. But is there any? In fact, as a matter of fact, I don't think there are too many sequel seasons for the spring anime season.
Not too many. There are some that, because typically what tends to happen now is that the second core will happen 6 months later, so they will skip
Yeah.
a season, it will come out. That's the Asterisk, Gaku Sentoshi Asterisk,
Yeah.
Kagawane. They're all ones that have done that. Concrete Revolution, which are Revolution, I did follow. Up until about the 5th episode. I do need to go back and finish that, so that's one I may come back to and circle back to. It's quite enjoyable, so yeah, but that's not on my list. There are a few. There's always a few second seasons in this one that are left over from the fall. So yeah, a couple that we'll go back to.
I think the general aim and what we're going to target tonight is going to be original series that are just starting off, rather than going into sequels. Because generally, if you already know the sequel, well, if you already know the original season of something, then we do not need to pitch to you the next season if there's anything of the sort coming out. I mean, we have a few things coming out, but I'm sure if you're a fan of those series, then you already know that the next season is coming out. So we're going to try and
gotta
stick to our
talk
original
about
series.
Beyblade Burst. That's the most thrilling show in history.
Yeah, it's like I've not been so excited since Pokemon and Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all that.
Hey, Beyblade, the original series of Beyblade was fucking awesome. Tyson.
What? You mean that show where they got the spinny things and got the spinny things to attack the other spinny things?
Did you watch Beyblade?
Can't say I did, but
there
I mean,
you
the fact
go.
that they sold toys, it's like I already lived the dream, mate. I already sent a spinny thing against another spinny thing.
It was brilliant. It's Beyblade! Picking up speed, running out of time, going head to head, it's the way of life. Gotta fall down, ground, get back up again. I'll stop now, let's carry on.
This is why your girlfriend's not with you at the weekend. Sorry, mate.
Well, it's more because I was moving house, but she actually wants to come down now, but I said that I'm in the middle of a recording, which is kind of awkward.
Anyway, so, Manuel, would you like to begin with a new original series?
Yeah, so Trigger has a new show. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's a new Trigger show, so that means you gotta watch it.
You can't help us out with it, come on.
The new Trigger show,
Which one? Is this the top on your list?
Yes.
Kisniver.
Yeah, that one. I don't know. I didn't even read the plot synopsis. I just saw the art looks good and Trigger's doing it, so I'm gonna watch it.
That's why
I honestly don't even care what it's about. It's just Trigger, so you know.
So you looked on the list and you saw Trigger have released an anime this season, and you're going for it. Do you know what?
Yeah, I think it's short. I think it's like either 5 minutes or a half series, but I'm not too sure.
Well, from what I've picked up, I've looked it up now, and it's about a fictional Japanese city named Sugimori City, which is built on reclaimed land, but as the years go by, the city's population is decreasing. One day, Sono Saki, I'm guessing that's the protagonist, tells her classmate Katsuhira, "You have been selected to be a Kisniver." The Kizuna system, which allows Katsuhira to share his wounds, connects him to the classmates whose lives and personalities completely differ from his. The Kizuna system is an incomplete system and then it cuts off. So I have not got a fucking clue. But this
it's about things that happen, and Trigger does it. That's all you need to know.
I've got the end of it because I've got the full synopsis here. It's
all those are connected to the system are called Kisnivers, which when one Kisniver is wounded, the system divides and transmits the wound among the other Kisnivers.
Kind of confusing.
Yeah, it's a very confusing sound to it, but I don't know, yeah, it seems that way. It seems to be about a particular type of people that if they gain wounds, then they share the wounds, and there must be some significance in that. And that's a very bad start to the whole fucking thing, like for this thing season, personally, but because it's just very sort of vague. But I guess you always get that sort of vague one.
Has anyone checked the PV yet?
The PV?
Has anyone seen the trailer?
No, I can't say I have.
Okay, I've had a quick look at the trailers, the two PVs that have been released. You could, tell a mile off. It is a Trigger show, definitely by the artwork. Doesn't really give too much away, just like the synopsis. It's kind of vague. It just sort of, well, the PVs rarely give away what the actual show is going to be about. It just sort of alludes to the art style and the character voices if they're going to be really loud and shouty. It looks kind of fun. Definitely one I'd be interested in checking out, as you say, is Trigger. They come with their own reputation, for those who don't know. Let's fill them in on some shows that Trigger have done. Manimal, Trigger expert.
Hacked all the animation. Their best show.
Is it? Is it their best show?
Yeah. They also did. Let me take a look.
Do you know what else they did? They did Hack a Doll.
They did Change Our Future music video. And they did this show about scissors. That was pretty interesting.
Thank you.
I love shows about scissors, man. They just keep me going through the day.
It's pretty fascinating. It was about this girl who was looking for another part of her scissors. Because someone took them one day or something.
I mean, that is the worst thing in the world when somebody nicks your fucking scissors. I'm just like, dude, why?
Yeah, I know.
I've just seen Red and lost weeks at a time to people stealing my scissors.
Yeah, I had to wear this weird skimpy costume to get. It's really weird. It was just, I stopped after a while.
The amount of times that I've heard you off recording saying that about you having to wear skimpy costumes just makes me think that it's not really a necessity. I think it's just
optional.
You need to see someone about, mate.
Well, no, there's no one. No, I don't need to see anyone. If anything, I need to see less people about this and show more people.
Vacant's not really confided that in me. I'm sure he does it plenty, but he's never confided in me, and I'm sure he doesn't have a problem at all.
I do.
Disclaimer. But no, from what I pick up on this, it seems like it's more about a sort of connection between people who differ wildly from each other in terms of personality, and I don't know exactly what the larger scale is on it, but it seems like it's going to be more about a sort of human connection anyway, where people are forced to with the whole wound thing, is to sort of feel each other's pain. And there's plenty of interest, even outside of a major sort of convoluted story, there is plenty of interest in that kind of thing, where it could just be just people with different backgrounds having to deal with the shit that other people deal with, and sharing it with them. So it is worth a look, I would say, to an extent. It's very hard to tell what it's going to be about exactly, whether it's going to be a very serious story going into vivid detail about stuff like that, or if it is going to just be kind of slice of life. I get the feeling it's going to be more dramatic than that, but I don't know where it's going to go with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, that was a big, massive ramble.
What show are we talking about?
Still Kids Neither. The one that you posted to us. So.
It's Trigger. So you liked it.
I left it at that. That's all I have to say.
But we need to try and give some opinion on this, dude. Then you just kind of left us in the lurch.
We know Manimal. Manimal loves Trigger, so he'll watch it. Next up, do you want to add one to the list of what we are recommending / what we want to talk about from the spring anime?
I'm just going to come ahead strong with the big one that caught my attention. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right.
You go come ahead then, son.
Yeah, son? I will come ahead right. What do you fucking say? I'm pretty sure.
Come ahead, son.
Fucking. You realise in Scotland that is pretty much like a provoked. That's a provocation, Come ahead, mate. That's like, come on then, I'll fight you. Come ahead, mate.
Meant son was I was going to say, wow, that must
come ahead, son is just so much more.
That's just
humiliating towards someone. Come ahead, son. You wee dick.
If I went to a pub in Glasgow and I said, "Fucking come ahead, son,"
if you did that, you would not leave that pub. Mate.
I would leave victorious with several. Dead.
Is that right?
Behind me,
with several Scottish skulls around your neck on a fucking spinal cord as a necklace.
Predator, leaving that bad boy. Anyway,
somebody would put their fist in your face, and it'd be funny because usually fists aren't there.
It is right.
But anyway,
that'll make sense.
The one anime that has caught my attention for the spring season has been Kotetsujo no Kabaneri, which is translated vaguely as Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. Ooh. Now, this is a sort of Industrial Revolution era thing where a monster appears that cannot be defeated unless its heart is destroyed, but unfortunately the heart is protected by a layer of iron. Now, the downside to this thick creature is that it infects humans with its bites and gives it a sort of zombie-like things. So you've got that kind of Walking Dead feel to it. And it seems like, as far as people are concerned on it, that the creature is invincible. This was the surprising part. It's got that sort of Attack on Titan feel, where there's a sort of difficult creature to overcome. But the big thing that got to me was it reminds me of a film. I cannot remember the name of the film, but it's like people are pretty much, they seem to be living or like traveling by typical sort of train. Well, they're traveling by train mainly while they're fighting this creature, and it reminded me of a film where it's a sort of apocalyptic situation where the last of humanity is living inside a train, which I only watched a month ago and cannot remember the name of, but I'm sure that anyone that recognises that kind of idea, there's not many films that advertise the idea of yeah, it's an apocalypse, you live in a train, so I'm sure people will be able to identify it, but yeah, it seems like that it's all based around a fight against a creature that can turn people into zombies if it bites them, and they live in a train. Which sounds a bit convoluted when I say it that simply, but if you look up the trailer, link in the description below, then you will see exactly what I mean about the whole Attack on Titan sort of epic but grim feeling to it.
It's funny you mention that because it's done by the same studio who made not made, but adapted Attack on Titan.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Wari no Seraph as well. But they do Attack on Titan, so I could tell from the artwork. So let's see if I can see how like the trailer looks really good. The artwork looks really cool.
I just watched it. It looks alright. I mean,
it's like
maybe I'll check
it seems like it'll be worth checking out. I mean, I get from what I picked up from you, Manimal, you're not too big on like generally like shonen anime.
Like dark
no,
show
not really. Stuff like that.
But
and I have a feeling the show's going to get massively overhyped too, which you shouldn't let that.
The thing is, from what I've picked up,
but...
like I think it is already quite overhyped.
It will, based on the people it's from, and based
this seems like the sort of the hype anime of the season.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's like the Erased of the season. Like,
yeah,
you can't say anything against Erased.
Except Erased.
No, it's a great show.
Yeah.
It's doing great. Episode.
I didn't consider Erased hyped before it came out though.
It is now.
It was one that a lot of people picked out before, but yeah, and we did as well. By the way, just going to throw it out there.
Well, I mean, I loved Erased as soon as I saw it, but I had no idea about it before it came out.
It's a great show, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like this is more the sort of hype that Attack on Titan got just before it came out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to match up to the expectations, but I do have high expectations for it because it reminds me of a film I've seen, but I can't remember the name of the film.
Polar Express.
No, not Polar Express.
Featuring Tom Hanks as a zombie who bites your ass.
Tom Hanks is a creature that bites people and turns them into zombies.
Other Tom Hankses.
while quoting lines from his film Garfield.
No, it's.
I hate Mondays. Ow!
It's a Tom.
It wasn't Bill Murray in Garfield.
Yeah, it was Bill Murray.
They look the same to me.
It's a Tom Hanks zombie who turns people and infects them into other Tom Hanks characters and roles that he's played. So you make,
and of course, the best is Woody. Let's get real here.
Would imagine a Woody zombie? That'd be pretty damn scary. I'd imagine. Because he's got like his head turns in the first.
It'd just be one of Sid's toys.
Yeah.
I'm just quite disappointed in myself that I mixed up Tom Hanks and Bill Murray. They do look quite alike.
Yeah, you should be ashamed of that. Let's just.
They do look quite alike, to be fair.
They do not look alike at all. Watch Ghostbusters. Watch Forrest Gump. I had a secondary pause where I had to think: was Bill Murray in Forrest Gump? Was Bill Murray featured anywhere in Forrest Gump?
Exactly. So how can you argue me when you're second guessing yourself?
He's not in there. It's fine. Yeah, but in terms of this one, in terms of the Cabaneri, I'll just shorten it down because I can't ask to say the full fucking thing.
I'll just call it Iron. That's nice and easy.
I'm gonna call it Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. It looks pretty cool. I'm wondering if it'll do the same thing as Attack on Titan, where like all the action episodes, it's like really high budget and it looks amazing, and then the next episode is where they've had to scrimp and it's just just looks really poor. It's definitely interesting. I will give it a look. It's, as I say, it comes from a good pedigree, and the trailer and synopsis have both piqued my interest. Haven't fed into any of the hype. Haven't really looked too much into it, so we'll see. It does.
I just heard of it today.
Yeah, it could be one of those that does get overhyped as it goes on, and it could fall under its own weight. But we will see. We'll
Like
see.
One
Definitely
Punch
one
Man.
answer. Oh, controversial. One Punch Man's awesome. Don't diss One Punch Man.
I know.
Don't just attack on
again.
time. It's one
I
of the
stated
good
my
shows.
thoughts on it before.
You did actually, didn't you?
Well,
Speaking of that,
Ceasefire.
speaking of a dark shonen, dark fantasy more than anything, the next one that I have is Sword Guy. Now, this is a manga, and it'll be adapted, and it's a action, seinen, and supernatural. And I'll just give you the synopsis here. I don't know if any of you guys... There's not really a PV available, but there is an old CGI trailer somebody did a few months ago, like as a promotional aid. Basically, the story revolves around Guy, who was born beside... pardon me. The story
Speeds out, man.
I will eventually. The story revolves around Guy, who was born beside a woman who met her death in a forest. He was adopted by the swordsmith Amon. A few years later, Guy becomes Amon's apprentice, and during the forging of a sword, he loses his right arm. To help him, Amon crushes the demon sword Shiryu, which literally means Death Dragon. So, that's a pretty cool name, Death Dragon. To form it and he forms this into Guy's replacement right arm. Guy is then able to fuse with a weapon on his arm and fight against his enemies. So, brief look at the CGI trailer. That is not necessarily indicative of what the anime is going to be like, but it conjured up thoughts of Berserk to me. It was kind of like this dark fantasy, like really, really brutal kind of thing. It was only like a 1 minute CGI trailer. It was basically him fighting some kind of demon, but how his arm fused was pretty graphic. It looked cool. So if this is anything like that CGI trailer, should be good. It's an adult dark fantasy. That's what I like to see.
The thing is, it should be mentioned that it does seem to be complete CGI, similar to, if anyone's been up to date with winter anime, Ajin, which a lot of people were hyped for it to be coming out, Ajin, with the story about immortals, but it's, rather than a simple 2D manga sort of like anime adaptation, this is CGI 3D adaptation.
It'll probably be better than Sushi Police.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Sushi Police, okay, first episode is good. It's honestly just completely doesn't... It's not even so bad it's good anymore. It's just horrible.
Yeah, the thing is with like Ajin, like a lot of people, I'm not for it as long as it's good. I
like the story of Ajin. I just don't know if it suits with the art style for the anime.
Fair enough.
But this one sounds like, from what I've seen and from what I've read on it, it does seem like it will be it'll be different, and it could work out very well. I mean, there's a lot of things that are CGI based that have worked out well, and this seems like it could end up fitting in better with that line. Yeah. Mainly because I know less about this than I do about the other CGIs that came out before they came out. So,
okay, I'll be watching it. Definitely worth checking out for me anyway. Like I say, have got a soft spot for those kind of adult sort of dark fantasy shows. Mm-hmm. Brutal sword fights, that sounds good to me. So we'll go with that. Manimal, would you be checking this out? I know it's not really your cup of tea, but
no.
Fair enough.
It's just that simple.
Okay. Tell us a show that you'll be checking out then.
Okay, this is a show I'm actually really looking forward to. Flying Witch. This is the new offering from JC Staff, which is probably one of my favorite companies. Their animation is the highest budget, but like Shakugan no Shana, Toradora, Golden Time,
Little
Prison School,
Railgun,
and all the Index.
So
they don't have the best animation, but I like a lot of their titles.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It is a one-line plot description. This character is an airhead with a bad sense of direction that moves into a relative's house. But is that all? I don't know. We'll find out. It just looks like a fun, relaxing show. You know, I don't really know what it's about,
I like that confidence in the synopsis as well. I know that's really vague, but see, at the same time, see the kind of synopsis that try and drag out an explanation as if they're trying to pitch this to you as much as they possibly can. Sometimes that's off-putting, but the fact that they just kind of gave a vague thing on it, like, I kind of like that. It's like, yeah, you're gonna enjoy this whatever we say. So just shut up and wait until it comes out. That's the kind of vibe I get off it.
Yeah, it looks
just
really
watching
nice,
the preview even.
Yeah,
it looks like a really nice show, really slow paced and everything, character driven.
Yeah.
All the stuff I like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say this looks like the one for you, to be honest, man. Well, I was looking.
This is probably gonna be my favorite show this season, I think. Well, except for the other one, but we'll talk about that later.
I think it's got really fluid animation. I know this sounds like a really minor point, but like the animation on her hair, just like swaying in the wind, was really good. I know that's a dumb point to make, but
JC staff have gone a lot
really
better
nice.
It's impressive to some of the stuff you can pick up from these, like just on how it's going to pan out. So.
Obviously, it's a trailer. They do put the most, like, you know, put a lot of effort into making it look high quality. But that's
because it's all from the first episode too.
Yeah. It looks really. I'd be interested in checking it out, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I would give it a go. I'm gonna give it a go. Why not? It looks like I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna guess that the main character is a witch.
You think so?
Because
I just hope that the flying part has nothing to do with.
Well, in the PV,
broomsticks.
She has a broom. She does have a broomstick in the PV. Yes, she's walking around with a broomstick.
Jesus Christ!
And she has a black cat. But yeah, so we're all in agreement. We'll check that out. Nice, pleasant anime. If you're into slice of life and nice, relaxing, nice.
Nothing says slice of life like witches.
Nothing does. Other than that she was a witch in a school. Bitch better be in school.
They're everywhere.
She will be in a school. Or she's in a little, like, Japanese village, which it does look like in the mountains. So that's all good.
We've got to be prepared for some sort of predictable outcome. Or not even an outcome, just a predictable sort of synopsis when it comes to actually watching the show. But I think it'll turn out quite well.
Oh, JC Staff did Little Busters too. That's probably my favorite show by them besides.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Shakugan no Shana. Just probably pointing that out. I forgot about that.
Oh, did you? I pointed it out, but I don't know if you...
Oh, I didn't hear you.
I said it just for you as well, because I was like, I've never watched this, but I know Manimal raved about it.
That's one of my top 10 shows.
Little Busters! Is that how the theme music goes?
The opening does not sound like that.
Aww.
But you can pretend it does. Oh, they also did Excel Saga too. That's a great show.
They also did the greatest show of all time, Ikitosen. So, you know, they've got that too.
They've done a lot of stuff.
So what's next on the line?
What do we got next?
What do we got next, Sherbet?
So you say.
Yeah.
The next one coming up is 100, which is a story about a weapon known as the 100, which can counter the mysterious savage life form that is attacking Earth. Doesn't really give much about that savage life form, but fuck it. So it's about people becoming a slayer, master of military arts. I don't really have to explain the term slayer, who wields this 100. The main character, Hayato Kisaragi, who successfully enrolls in the Marine Academy city ship Little Garden to master this weapon. Now, it doesn't give too much information about this this thing that they're trying to slay, but it seems like it's an ongoing threat against Earth. I'm not getting the exact vibe as to what they're going for, because I mean that makes me think that they're going to be fighting something outside of Earth, like a space kind of thing. But I feel like this is more of sort of down to Earth kind of thing. But it does seem like it's going to be I guess it's going to be sort of like a school life, like academy life kind of thing.
It's a harem.
Learning,
basically, just that.
Yeah.
It's probably going to end up a harem. Yeah, it's going to be an action. Yeah, I've just seen the thing now. Genres. Action,
I'm watching the preview right now. This is going to be a fan service show.
Yeah, so you're probably going to get a fan service thing out. But I mean, there's been a few fan service shows that still managed to pull out a decent story in the end.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're bad.
So who knows? I mean, like, what was it?
Got a generic male lead.
Kishi no Cavalry. I was quite surprised at that. It seemed like it was complete ecchi harem, and then I actually ended up enjoying the story for a moment once they got over the whole harem thing. But
you can never get over the harem thing.
No, Lego can never get over the harem thing. What? We have not had Lego on for some time.
You bastard. Yeah, he's I don't know. Do you know what? Lego has not been on for an entire month. We miss you, Lego. Come back to us.
Yeah. I pledge to the viewers that I will make sure Lego is on the next episode.
Anyway,
but this one seems like it's got that sort of ecchi harem side to it, a bit of mech. It's got the whole sort of typical mech and school. It's kind of going for all the fucking...
Yeah, they've literally took every anime genre and just smashed them together.
And they got those super tight bodysuits.
Yeah, like...
Oh, yeah, super tight bodysuits.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be watching this one.
I don't know. I'll maybe give it an episode or two's worth of time, but it's gonna have to impress if it's keeping my attention past that. Like if it's just gonna be your sort of typical stuff that you can see in any typical ecchi anime, then
Have you ever wondered why their nipples don't show in these tight costumes?
that's very true. Like,
Nipple tape.
Because it's all about the
Maybe.
bounce in Japan.
It's all about the what?
All about the bounce.
Oh, the bounce. I'm with you. Nipple tape.
Gazunka zunka. I don't know if that means anything to do with tits, but I'm just going to assume it does. And
You're just going to say it. Just use it
I'm
anyway.
just going to say it.
Say it.
Yeah, it's all about the gazunka zunka.
Just put that out there. Just put that.
Is that what I said right? Gazunka zunka.
Ah,
yeah. Can you just bring that? See, just for that moment in the whole episode for like the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's going to be the YouTube trailer.
Just like bring up the words gazunka zunka. Yeah, bring in gazunka zunka, and that seems to be like my term for it now. I seem to be making new terms like that. How are y'all doing, my sexy kittens? I said that a few episodes ago, and I've not used it since. So
Never say that again, please.
no, I'm gonna not you guys, not you, Manimal. Don't you worry. It's for.
How about we talk about the next show?
Next show? Yeah, Vacant. What you got next? Let's move on.
I got next. Yeah, I've got nothing to say about Big Order. I won't be looking at it. Oh,
That wasn't Big Order.
that's what he said.
Hey.
Hey!
Okay. So,
Spring.
quick thing. I've got to go.
Yeah.
I just need to get out some quick opinions.
Okay.
It's very, very important. Let me bring up the spring anime preview.
We interrupt this Manga Raiders Happy Hour episode 30 just to give a special broadcast from Nerbonds.
Wait. Oh shit! Are you already doing it?
Yeah.
Begin your rant.
Oh no! I thought this is the spring anime preview.
It is
Begin
the
your rant. It is. Begin your rant.
Oh, okay. Have you already? I don't know what you've already done. I'm so sorry.
Doesn't matter.
Oh Jesus!
Doesn't
I thought
matter.
I was getting
This is-
ahead of you.
This is a special broadcast from Nerbonds.
Don't.
Just
bye.
go. Just go. Just go.
Kisniver
That's
looks
so
really
sour,
good.
bitch.
It's Studio Trigger. They did Kill la Kill. It's the same group's next project. That's actual Studio Trigger. Boku no Hero Academia looks really cool. It's done by a guy who loves American stuff, and when you see Japanese trying to imitate Americans and vice versa, it usually turns out pretty cool. Phoenix Wright is fun games. I would like to see the Phoenix Wright anime. There was another one. It's a Gundam thing, and it's vanilla regular Gundam universe this time, and I'd like to watch that. Okay, I'm out. See ya.
Take care. Enjoy. Bye.
Peace.
Love you.
I'm so
Bye,
sorry.
Bye.
I'm so...
Aw,
There we go.
That was pretty thrilling.
Yeah.
bless him.
Special broadcast.
Good thing he
descended
didn't
from
talk about
Nerbonds.
any of my shows I was about to bring up.
Good thing you didn't talk about the ones that I was about to bring
I
up.
didn't hear the titles for anything he brought up.
It just so happens that now.
I'm eating an ginger cake, so I'm happy. Shut up, I'm drunk.
Yeah, we know.
Where are we at?
We know. We know you are.
Shut up.
Thank you very much, Nair, for your little run-in. He's mentioned a couple of shows that will come up a bit later. So, my next one that I have on the list is, and I do apologise if I mispronounce or butcher the name, it is Mayoiga. Or Mayoiga. This is by Diomedea. Again, if I fuck the name up, the manner, fuck it, YOLO. Basically, this one's quite interesting. It's sort of a drama and mystery series. So basically this one is all about 30 strangers, complete strangers, on a bus. They go to this place that's a shot of utopian existence. Unfortunately, when they get there, it is a abandoned village. So because it stresses, I know this sounds weird, but because it's stressing the number 30 and how many of them there is, I'm expecting there will be some kind of like Battle Royale / Hunger Games-esque killing off of people. So I don't know if it's going to be like a survival kind of thing, like Lost or something, where they are survivors in an abandoned village and they can't get back, or if they just try and make this work, because I'm not sure about, like, are they able to go back? I do quite like the concept, and judging from the PV, it doesn't give too much information away. It just sort of shows a character sheet, almost like Danganronpa style, where it just kind of shows, like, male, 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 female, female. Like, so could be cool, could be interesting. I do like mystery, like, kind of, Danganronpa was amazing. I really enjoyed Lost. I like when you get kind of group of survivors / a kind of group of people who have to survive a mystery or figure out some kind of mystery and work together and use their own skills. So that could be an interesting one.
Yeah, it's definitely got some potential to it.
What piqued my interest as well is that it's rated 18 plus, so it's rated more of an adult one. So I didn't quite realize that. I didn't get that impression from the PV or from the synopsis or the artwork that I've seen so far, which leads me to believe some may, it could be quite a grim mystery. Yeah. So somebody may get...
I'm very curious to know if it's going to be a short series or a long series, because it's starting with 30 characters.
I reckon it'll be like half.
Either the fact that it's making it out as just the fact they're making it out as just a mystery on the genre list makes me wonder if they're going to even bother killing people off quickly, or what's going to go on with it, or if they're going to try and stretch this out as long as they can with 30 characters.
Maybe.
So I think I'm definitely going to give this a look for a few episodes and see what they do with it, because I can't tell if they're going to try and kill people off, or if they're just going to prioritize certain characters, or what they're going to do. I can't tell.
Yeah, I could imagine it might be like another where there's a load of people and they get killed off one at a time, and then they just eventually just butcher everyone in two episodes.
Yeah, so I just don't see if there's anything to suggest that it's going to be gory, or if it's going to be
it doesn't
violent or anything. Yeah. It's been kind of vague on that end.
Which I think will be good, because I like that when you get into a show and then suddenly, because it doesn't look like it's there to be like a horror or anything, like a survival horror. So they just kind of, it's there as I could picture it as it just goes on normal, and then someone meets like a gruesome end. It'll seem like a bit more impactful because you didn't see it coming. So it is one that I'm definitely interested in.
Yeah, and I want to see how they use it. I want to see how they use this setup that they've got, because I don't know anything about it in advance. So
fair enough. Manimal, interested in this one, or are you going to give it a miss?
I don't know. The preview doesn't really show anything about it, and that about says it for me.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, if you let us know of anything that you're interested in watching today, this season.
Well, the next show on my list is Tanaka-kun. This is an exciting tale about a Hajiman-esque character who sits in the back of his class, and that's it.
Yeah.
The synopsis is thrilling. Sign and leaning on his elbows, sleepy eyes. Tanaka-kun is a boy that basically doesn't try, but is... Whatever! I don't care. I'm not going to read this. Okay, so it's just like a boring guy. Okay. It's a slice-of-life show. Looks fun. I'll check it out at the end.
Wait. Is this the one? Have you seen the trailer for this? Because if this is the trailer I'm thinking of, is this the one where it's literally a trailer of just a guy sleeping on his school desk?
That's the first one, and then the second one shows more characters.
Yeah, he's
hardcore. I don't know. I mean, I had no idea what to make of this.
It looks like a nice show to watch. Something nice to watch every week.
Yeah, like a laid back kind.
It's the kind of show that I'd only watch when it's airing, because it's probably not the most exciting thing in the world, but
I know what you're saying.
Kind of like all the shows I'm watching most of the shows I'm watching this season, like Haruchika, which is mediocre, Phantom World, which is and Girls Beyond the Wasteland, which is also mediocre.
Girls Beyond the Wasteland? I haven't heard of this show.
It's about a group of people who are making a visual novel. It's like that other show from last year. I don't remember what the name was.
I know what you're
How to
about.
Raise a Boring Girlfriend.
Yes.
It's like that show, except it's not by Shaft, so it's not weird. But I don't know. I mean, the animation's pretty bad in the show. The characters don't even blink normally. And I don't really like the art style, but it's just something okay to watch every week.
Okay. Fair enough. That's all good.
But yeah, this show, there's not much to say about it. The art looks it looks decent. Just looks like a nice light show, you
know? Yeah. That's probably the best way I'd describe it. It's almost like a starter, an appetizer of terms. If you got in and you just wanted to put something on, it may be enjoyable.
I predict that it's going to be a short series. Maybe it's like a 2-minute thing.
Oh, really?
Because, if you really think about it, do you think that this is going to be like some full-length thing? I can't see it like that,
Literally, to me, it looks a bit
And
bland.
we got some good shorts this season. Like the Marshmallow Show is really funny.
I love that. I've not watched it all yet.
Yeah, and Galco-chan is actually pretty good too.
Okay.
So it's probably just gonna be one of those.
Oh, so it's not a full-length anime, just like a 5 or 10-minute one. Okay, cool.
That's what I predict, but I don't know.
Who knows?
That's really all there is to say about that one.
Fair enough. Yeah, I probably would give it a miss. Judging from the synopsis, it looks pretty just a bit bland to me. So there's nothing really that's enticing me to watch it. So I'll give it.
What do you mean it looks bland?
I'm willing to give it a try, but I don't have high hopes for it as a long-term series to follow.
Yeah.
How could it possibly be boring? It's about a guy who sleeps.
I mean,
generic.
If it was,
I love watching young boys sleep. Young schoolboys sleep.
Okay.
Young schoolboys sleep while still in their uniforms.
Anyway.
See, my jokes on guitar only work if you know the songs, but you don't.
So, Sherbet.
I wanna hold your hand.
No, that was I'm Only Sleeping.
I'm only sleeping.
When I wake up. I can't sing it, it's too high.
We're going off topic.
Yeah. Well, is that ever a surprise? Do we ever not go off topic?
True, but we don't normally go off
Let's talk about the next show.
Let's talk about this next show.
Next one on my list is Sakamoto Desu ga, and I only say it like that because there is a question mark on it, so it's not just Sakamoto Desu ga, it's Sakamoto Desu ga.
You liar, there's no question mark.
There is a question mark. Well, no, I just end everything with a question mark.
Oh, this is the show about the shiny guy.
The shiny guy. This seems to just be like I'm just gonna I've read the synopsis. I'm just gonna sum it up really because it's basically 8 sentences about a guy that's fucking perfect. He's just the man of my dreams.
Is he holding
the man of your dreams?
The man of yours? The man of your dream show.
But no, it's just literally, this is the first line. First year high school student Sakamoto isn't just cool, he's the coolest. Almost immediately after starting school, he began attracting everyone's attention. The girls love him, and most of the boys resent him. But to sum it up, basically, he seems to be what is apparently the best guy in high school, who everyone loves. The guys are fucking jealous of. He stands up for people who are bullied. He helps others when asked, and so on and so forth. No matter what difficulties he encounters, he moves through his high school life with confidence in class. And literally beyond that, it doesn't give much of a description. It's about the best person in school ever.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, but the genres are described as comedy, school, and seinen. So I'm guessing that it is just generally a school sort of...
How the fuck is this a seinen?
Maybe it's like a really serious show about bullying. But I don't see that judging by the picture.
Maybe it's just dealing with school politics or something, and he's the guy that's everyone loves him, and he's kind of caught in the middle, and he's the sort of leader of some fucking, I don't know,
cult. Is he a Mary Sue by any chance? Is this written by a 14-year-old guy who's going to high
do
school?
you think he is? I don't know. He only seems like the source is.
I like how the source is Manga Helpers, which is the sort of lower class. I say lower class form of us, but we sound more hardcore as Raiders, but the Manga Helpers, they're kind of getting printed on any list. So, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that because it does just seem to be a thing about bigging up the main character.
Yeah,
I'm guessing it's just
story.
Yeah, there's nothing to work with there, but it does say it is a school comedy, and there are some serious sides to it.
I don't know. It could work because, it
could be pretty funny.
There's always those kids in school that are jealous of the popular guy. So
it could be sort of it could be a comedic take on that, sort of almost like how One Punch Man was the comedic take on superheroes, and how he's just so much better than everyone else. It'd be interesting.
It's a comedic thing on school politics, because school politics in general, when you're looking back on school politics, they're fucking hilarious.
They really are hilarious when you think about it. I laugh every time I see high school kids now.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I spit on them as well. I just.
Well, I mean, The one person I ever got into a fight with in high school, when I first met him again after school, he was cleaning toilets in a shopping centre, and that was one of the happiest moments of my life because I had just done a shit.
Did you lose the fight then?
I won the fight. But only because the fight, I won the fight in terms of who hit who. I don't know if I did particularly well. He didn't really hit me back.
He didn't hit you back, right? So basically, that's not a fight. You've just hit.
He was racist. He was racist to my half Italian. He was racist to my half Italian side. I'm half Italian.
Was he making fun of spaghetti? You better not go there.
Made fun. Let's not.
If he disses meatballs, that's it.
Motherfucker said that Yoshi was the best character in Mario.
Yeah. And it's like, no, Mario is because he's Italian. It's like, no, fuck the Italians. And I was like, oh, damn.
He insult Julio Iglesias. Because that would be the turning point. That'd be it.
Who's Julio Iglesias?
I didn't even know he was Italian.
I don't think he is, but he's an Italian.
I'm pretty sure that's in Spanish.
It's Julio Iglesias.
Yeah, but he's an Italian favorite, though.
Julio.
The Italians love him because he's a neighbour. Why are we getting into this?
I don't know. I just
told you that someone I had a fight with ended up cleaning my
shit up bought all the olive oil at
shop centre, and then you suddenly decided to go, oh, why did you fight him? What's the problem? You're a Scottish, you couldn't have any racist issues. He was racist to me. He was racist to me. Shut up.
I refuse to believe that you punched a man and now forced him to clean your defecation.
After meeting me, you don't see any hint of aggression in the Scottish side.
Oh man, shit.
My name's not Martin. Fuck off.
My name's not Rick.
No. We should really.
God, I can't make any SpongeBob references if you guys. They just all go over your head.
Yeah, I do. Sort.
Chocolate.
I haven't watched it.
Chocolate.
Anywho, it's my turn to suggest one. Well,
yes.
Speaking of hard-hitting, super cool shows, the next one not one that I'm going to be watching necessarily, but one that I wish to talk about is Super Lovers.
Way.
So Super Lovers.
I think you should get some porn music, like royalty-free porn music in the background for your description of this. Vacant, describe the synopsis of Super Lovers.
Okay, so it is a drama, romance, and shonen ai. The story begins with a high school boy named Haru and his mother living overseas. His mother orders him to take care of and civilize his... That sounds really weird. Civilize his adopted brother Ren, a wild young boy who dislikes talking with other people. While their relationship is adverse... While the relationship is tumultuous at times, they grow closer as they begin to understand one another. Okay, let's get this out in the open because we need to decide, is this a yaoi, or is this just a older brother taking care of his younger brother and it's all about family love? It is not about a guy trying to bang his younger adopted brother.
Well, the whole thing is described, genre-wise, it's described as romance and shonen, which kind of turns to me as rough yaoi sex, so I don't really know what to think of it. I get the feeling that it's kind of got that hints towards yaoi, but it's going to avoid closing in on the sort of definitive parts of yaoi. You know, it's going to be that
it's going to allude to it.
It's going to be that cock tease kind of thing for you yaoi fans.
It's just that cock tease. Yeah. I love me that.
A wild young boy who actually does nothing sexual whatsoever. Yeah. You know, that kind of thing. But I don't know. Like, it's I think it's gonna try and be kind of more family based, but with sort of yaoi hints at it.
Yeah.
You know, but never quite going through with what it makes out to be. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It is going to remain what we see.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. I'm assuming it's not. I think this was the reason it stuck out to me is because of just the picture. It just doesn't sit right, and it's like, Yeah, no, I'm not comfortable with the picture. It's not because it's two boys; it's because of the age difference between them both. It just doesn't.
Yeah, like watching the trailer, I don't see any hints at anything yaoi. I think that would be a bit. I mean, I know that there's certain anime shows that can be very guilty of hitting the sort of taboo spot, but I don't think this is one that's hitting the taboo spot.
Oh wait, no, wait.
I just saw something.
Wait. I have just googled Super Lovers, and all the artwork points towards that it will be a yaoi. I think in the manga, I guess the guy doesn't
think the best.
Yeah, from the manga images I've seen, the guy doesn't look too young, but he really, really does. I'm not very comfortable with this idea of him taking advantage of his adopted younger brother. It looks weird. It's not something I'm gonna watch. It's
I don't think I'm going to watch this. I don't want to judge it because I feel like it's given the wrong impression from the sort of like the way it's portraying itself before releasing. So if you've got an open mind, then give it a try. But it personally is not appealing to me.
Yeah, I always wanted to kind of watch
There's too much yaoi hints.
I've always wanted to watch a yaoi because I've just never really seen one, and
you just never explored your sexuality that way.
I have, but I've never watched one, so I'm kind of interested in seeing it. But this one's not for me, to be honest. I mean, if people have watched it, if people have read the manga, by all means.
There's a difference between yaoi and then sort of like man on boy yaoi.
Yeah, I think that's the danger of this.
I mean, we could be completely off with this. So please don't take what we say as gospel on what this is about. This is first impressions from what we've learned so far.
And this is 25.
This is pre-release, so if you look up the trailer and stuff, then make your own judgments. But this is just us trying to recommend stuff and give our.
What show are you guys talking about?
Super Lovers.
The one you're talking about. We want your opinion, Manimal. Do you think
Man on Boy Love?
Is it Man on Boy? Is it Man on Boy or the story of a guy who's just helping his younger brother? And it's like
it's obviously
it's kind of both. It's the man helping his younger brother work out his puberty. So
he'll show him his puberty.
This looks disgusting.
Yeah. It's
we don't want you to assume that everything we say is a clear definition of what this anime is.
We're not saying
it's the same way with
just to be clear as well. We're not saying it's disgusting because it's yaoi. We're saying it's we're put off by the fact that it's such an age difference.
No, that's why it's disgusting.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we still don't know for sure that is exactly what's happening. Like, it does hint strongly at that. From the trailers, but it could turn out very different when it comes to the show.
Fuck it, I might just watch it.
If it's something you want to give a try, then give it a try. Let us know if we're completely off.
I am going to watch it just so I know if it is or not. I'm going to feedback and report to you guys. If it
episode 31, it's just fucking going. Yeah, that was fucking disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah, guy was 50.
It's like the one girl they show in this trailer looks like a guy. He looks exactly like the other dude.
Yeah,
maybe it is. No, it's like, if the guy's like, he could be, maybe it's just the artwork. The dude could be 18, but I think they're just drawn in a deliberate fashion.
This looks sickening, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I don't know, there's just too many hints on.
Yeah, it looks like
kind of scary.
I don't like the hint of like a man taking advantage of his younger brother, like really
Let's keep
young.
in mind what the title of this show is.
Yeah.
Episode 3.
I have heard that, he's a super lover, so maybe his brother's missing out.
He's the turbo lover.
He's the lover.
Speaking of which, I'm super lover. Mr. Lover. Yeah. Everybody thinks so. They don't. Anyway, this is falling off the rails, so let's move on quickly. So basically it is, I've been wanting to watch a yaoi to see what I'm missing. But this one, I may watch an episode just to find out what it's about, because it does look kind of disturbing from the artwork.
Yeah, it looks very, very disturbing.
I mean, he could be of age, but I think it's just weird how he's been deliberately drawn that way. So, this probably won't be the one that I watch.
Same here. I don't think it's going to be one for me. Like, if I hear otherwise about it, then I'll give it a try. But until then, I think I'll avoid.
Yeah, paedophilia, funnily enough, doesn't entice me into a story.
Yeah.
So I guess we could talk about one of mine now.
We do
I
indeed.
believe we do.
Okay, I'm gonna change the order here. Let's talk about. I don't know how to freaking pronounce it. How do you say the last one on my list?
The last one on your list is High Fury.
Yeah, that one.
High Fury.
From what I can tell, it's like some seaside school setting show, whatever. Basically, the only reason I want to watch this is because it fills the gap before Love Live Sunshine, which is I'm saying it right now.
Oh wait,
it's
is
gonna be the
this
best anime of
directly related?
2016.
Is this from the same producers? Look,
No,
creators?
it just has a seaside setting, which is what Love Live
Right.
Sunshine is gonna have.
Okay.
So it's gonna fill the gap before that because I'm saying it right now. Sunshine is gonna be the best show of the year for me. I just know it is.
I see.
But
so it's going to whet your appetite.
I like your
this whole spring season is filler for the summer season, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I've got to be
That's
honest.
how I
Nothing
feel
so
about
far
everything.
is really standing out the same way that, like, for example, the winter season did. There was a lot of stuff in the winter season that we covered that really seemed appealing, and
except
this
JoJo.
season,
And then we get like the rewrite adaptation next summer. It's gonna be great. But yeah, this show, it looks like just something nice to watch. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's going to be terribly exciting, but I like the art style. And it has a seaside set.
It's got a catchy...
That's always nice. Yeah, the OP is pretty good.
Yeah.
It sounds good. I like it. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to watch that one.
I'm normally not swayed by the OPs or anything, but it's
No,
always
just to cover the
I've
general
watched
story
a
of
lot of
this.
shows just off the OPs.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I watched Code Geass and Shakugan no Shana, because the OPs are so good.
Actually, do you know what? The only reason I started watching Code Geass was because I saw an AMV for it, and I was just interested by the art style. Like, I was like, "Who's that girl?"
That's why I watched my first anime Gurren Lagann. I saw an AMV about Yoko, and I was like, "I'm gonna watch this." This is the first anime
really
I
weird,
watched,
and
I hated anime before that, and that was the thing that changed my mind.
Yeah,
Turned
so
out the
weird.
best anime of all time is what turned me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Wasn't for me.
But yeah, this seaside show, whatever. It's just gonna be fluff. And yeah, next show.
Yeah, it looks like a fun, like little fun-filled quartet. I think there's like 4 or 5 girls. Yeah, they're probably. Did it look like is it an idol group or are they just?
No, it's just like a school thing in a sea setting.
Okay, so if you want your school girl group,
if you're if you're anticipating Love Live Sunshine as much as me, then maybe you can watch this. You can see your seaside setting.
This is yours.
You can play the first level of Sonic Heroes Seaside Hell. And, I love the song in that, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. There's not much to say. Let's get on to the next show.
Next show, Sherbet.
Next one that I have, and this is probably this is the last one that I have that really kind of has any of my interest, and it is called Unhappy. And it's more along the lines of, it's a school slice of life comedy that deals with people. It's got that sort of theory of karma being a real thing. So it centers around class 1-7 of an academy called Tenogofuni Academy, where all the students with bad karma have gathered into one class. And it's about a student known as Hibari who meets the unlucky Hanako and the perennially unhealthy Batan on their first day of school. Together they try to find a way to turn their school life into a happy one despite their shit karma. And as someone who not exactly takes karma seriously, I mean, I like to think that karma is a thing that could exist in that. Like, I could see that as being very comedic and, in a way, kind of deep. Just because, like, I'm more likely to believe in karma than I am in Jesus. And Jesus. So, I don't know. I think that could turn out as a good thing, as long as it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Well, judging by the looks of this, it just looks like a cardboard cutout kind of thing in their typical school setting, as far as characters, I mean.
Yeah, like, I mean,
Just something light and fluffy.
I get bad vibes of anything that has its cover art as like 4 or 5 just anime girls without any sort of context.
As far as I can tell, there's no guy in this show, so it's probably not going to be harem-y.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's being described as just a comedy school slice of life for me. Like, I don't see any harem, don't see any ecchi or anything.
Yeah, because it's probably just a girls' school.
Yeah.
With one guy in there.
One guy in there who dictates all the bad karma.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're a guy in an all-girls school, you've probably got some kind of bad karma. You got bad intentions.
Prison school.
You got bad moves. Man boobs. Okay. I don't know, man. I think it seems like it could be
fun.
Comedic at the very least. Yeah, it could be fun. I don't know if it's going to be something.
Could be a big old surprise.
I think I'll check it out. Like,
okay.
What about you guys? Do you see yourself looking at this?
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe.
If I check out as many shows as I did this season, then that's one I'd see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no to maybe. Because if I have time, if it really does peak and it becomes...
So realistically,
low priority.
Yeah, normally giving me how much time I have.
Because you gotta watch Pan Piece.
Yeah, Pan Piece, of course I've got to go there. Of course I do.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm probably gonna watch that one if it's a short.
Go for it.
Unless I'm mistaken, we're almost all of us are on to our last
I just need to give this one.
I saved the best show of the season for last, but I'll wait. You guys can.
Yeah, I just need to get this one, squeeze this one in here. I will go with Boku no Hero Academia, one that Nair mentioned. I don't know if that makes it in or not, but whatever. It's one that Nair mentioned. Boku no Hero Academia. I'm going to be watching it because of Nair's recommendation, because it's by
Bones.
It's by Studio Bones as well. So, artwork looks really cool. I'm interested in it. I'll give you the synopsis for it if anyone's interested. It's an action-adventure comedy shonen supernatural superhero. It's let me find it for you because I've just lost this.
That's my favorite kind of show.
Yeah, it's the
best. I love those
It is People Are Not Born Equal, a realization that 4-year-old Midoriya Izuku faced when bullied by his classmate who had unique special powers. Izuku was one of the rare cases where he was born with absolutely no unique powers. This did not stop Izuku from pursuing his dream, a dream of becoming a great hero like the legendary All Might. I love when Japanese people use English things, but it doesn't quite pan out. All Might.
What word was that?
All Might.
Oh, All Might.
So it's like all hyphen might.
Yeah, it's literally all.
Hear it in Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. All Might.
All Might.
All Might.
Please say that Arnold Schwarzenegger makes cameos.
This show has a really cool art style. Looking at the preview, really thick lines.
Yeah, man.
How good would it be?
It's a hallmark of Bones.
An anime character.
To become a great hero, he hopelessly wants to become. He now will join the ranks of one of the highest-rated hero academies in the country. With the help of his idol All Might, will he be able to climb the ranks and become a true hero? So basically, it's a no-hoper, a loser, a nobody, going up and trying to become somebody. Like, it seems like the entire world has powers. He's the only one who doesn't. So it'd be a fun
classic story.
Yeah, fun show of the underdog trying to be the big hero.
But it's ever classic because we all love it.
Yeah, I've got no issue with it. It seems like a fun one. As I say, the manga is really popular. Like, I've heard a lot of good things about the manga itself that's out. So if you want to check that out, definitely go for it. But yeah,
I had no interest in this at all. But looking at the preview, the art style is really cool.
Yeah, it's more, as far as I'm aware, it's more of a comedy than an action. Like it's designed to be a comedic.
It looks like that.
Yeah,
yeah. The art style is really cool. Especially like all the text fonts that they're showing in this one preview.
I think
it's a neat style. I think I'm gonna check this one out.
I think I may give this a try. It's like, it seems like a bit of an underdog that may be worth looking at.
Like I say, it's one of the ones on the spring season that I've heard of before, and I am aware of and really thingy. Like, I've heard good things about the manga a lot, so yeah, definitely one I'll check out.
Yeah,
all right, now we can talk about the greatest show of the season, the most exciting thing to air this year so far.
Go for it.
Truly most gripping and just unbelievable show one can imagine. The most... okay, it's Bakuon. It's a show about schoolgirls who race motorcycles. How is that not going to be amazing? Like, that's all you need to hear about it. And the main character is Chaika Eyebrows. And that's, that's always a classic. Shocking truth.
So
this is going to be the best.
Too Fast to Schoolgirl.
Hey! That's a terrible...
not worthy. That was not worthy an A. I just had nothing else to work on with it.
Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen the PV for this show?
Yes, it's very shouty and very loud, just what I'd expect.
This is going to be amazing. I'm not even exaggerating. This is honestly probably going to be my favorite show of the season.
I've got to be honest, I'm skeptical.
It's about schoolgirls who race motorcycles. How is that not going to be amazing?
Because racing, I'm going to say...
Schoolgirls, and that hints at it being, like, overly sexualized.
I'm going to say, I'm controversial.
They're racing motorcycles.
Yeah, racing motorcycles is boring. I'm just gonna say.
But they're schoolgirls racing motorcycles.
So...
How are you not understanding this at the same level as me?
I prefer my schoolgirls to be... Actually, I'm not going to say it. I'm not gonna...
I prefer when they do uncute things like this, because it's not typical. This show, honestly,
You're really digging this one.
I'm not joking. This is seriously this is my most anticipated show.
I don't know.
I'm not even joking.
It's got potential, but I just don't want it to end up being...
It's about schoolgirls who race motorcycles. How are you not getting this?
Hear me out. I'm just worried that they're going to, like, overly sexualize it unnecessarily.
They're racing motorcycles.
You know what Japan is like. You know.
The girl is Chaika Eyebrows.
You know.
I'm not even joking. This is seriously my most anticipated show of the season.
Don't make me turn the echo on.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
Oh no!
Oh god!
I don't know what it is. I do feel skeptical because I just worry that they're gonna like. It does sound like a cool concept, but I'm just worried that they're gonna abuse it.
Do you know what?
And surely, if you don't know what I mean.
But have you ever seen an anime with the genre of cars in the title? Because I never have.
No.
I can't say I do.
Do you know what though?
Attack on Titan, Tokyo Drift.
The best way for us to settle this dispute is there going to be a lot of fan service and over sexualization and focus on the sexualization of girls is to go on to who's producing it? TMS Entertainment. All right, they're the studio. Let's see what TMS have come up with before. It's a seinen.
I recognize the name, but I don't know. Let's see what shows they did.
D. Greyman. They've done Detective Conan, Brave 10, Zetman. I'm trying to find. Do you know what? Saint Seiya, Lupin the Third. They have not really done a overly sexual kind of.
Yeah, that's actually quite promising.
They did Sonic X.
Oh, well, no, I'm not watching it. I am not watching it.
I don't even know, like, the... like, see, it's not even about the show, it's about just the thought of Sonic in general. It's like, all I can think is, running around at the speed of sound.
Got places to go, gotta follow.
I don't know the words.
They race. I mean, it could be interesting in all seriousness.
Looking at what shows they've done, I haven't completed a single one of these shows, I think.
Yeah. It could
but they did Sonic X. That's hilarious. That's a show I loved when I was a kid. Even though I hated anime, I liked Sonic X because I didn't know it was an anime and because it's Sonic.
I love the original Sonic, the early 90s cartoon. That was fucking
I think I was a little too young for that one, even though it did air on TV and I saw it a few times. It was more Sonic X.
But yeah,
race motorcycles.
In all seriousness, yeah, it could be pretty cool. We could it should be.
You don't even have to put any thought into it.
It could be interesting because, like I say, I'm not much for racing, but you can make anything interesting if there's enough tension.
What about Redline? Have you seen Redline?
Do you know what? I've not seen Redline.
You should watch it because it's freaking.
I really need to.
Well, I mean, I keep going on to people about Princess Stride from the winter season there, and I never expected to ever be into like a sports anime, and that's essentially a sports anime. But
have you seen Hajime no Ippo?
Yeah,
that's a sports anime, and it's the best of its kind.
I can't say I have seen it, but like I'm just saying that Princess Stride from last season. It was probably the first proper sports anime that I was completely invested in.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's safe to say that there are plenty of things you don't expect to enjoy, and you end up enjoying.
Yeah, that's spot on, dude.
So I could definitely give it a try.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Show of the season, calling in right now.
You think it's going to beat JoJo?
For me, it is. When I say show of the season,
JoJo,
I'm only talking about myself.
Fair enough.
know.
Yeah. So your show. No.
Like, I don't care what's popular. I care what I want to watch. And
no, I'm not saying.
All you viewers can fuck off. It's all about Manimal.
I'm not saying because JoJo's popular for a good reason. Because awesome. Speak to.
I'm
Nair
sure it
about
is.
JoJo.
I've just never seen it, so I don't know.
Speak to Nair and Corin about JoJo. Speak to anyone about JoJo. Tell your friend, hide your kids, hide your wife, because somebody talking about JoJo everywhere around here.
Oh, I forgot to mention, there's also going to be a TQ spinoff, and I'm going to watch that, because TQ...
Fuck TQ.
No, TQ's amazing, don't you dare.
I don't care.
You don't know the power of TQ unless you've seen all 7 seasons.
I am going to be honest, I've never watched or never heard of TQ.
I know of TQ. I know nothing about it. I just know the term.
What is it?
You did the live reading of it.
Who did? Oh, Sherbet.
Oh yeah. Oh, TQ. I was taking it as the letters there, like T and Q. Oh yeah, TQ. Fucking.
Is it not called? I thought of the rapper, the R&B singer TQ.
No, TQ.
How do you spell it?
TEEKYOU. It's like 2-minute shorts, and it's just ridiculous, and it's very, 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 very fast, and it's very difficult to read out loud. But it was amusing. It was amusing to read out.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe I will check it out then, I guess, and see if it's anything that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what is your final show for us then, Sherbet? You are the man.
My final show, I've got to say, from what I've read of it, I'm not particularly keen, so I'm leaving it on a low from my side. But my final one is Big Order, which is about a child that wished for the destruction of the world 10 years ago, and now a group of people has the ability, which grants their wishes depending on their power, but they're known as Order users. Before these great people has the power of order, one person excels most with the ability to rule and conquer the world, and they turn people into puppets when it's on their jurisdiction. That power belongs to Hoshimiya Eiji, who is also responsible for the destructive phenomena which happened exactly 10 years ago. Now, it doesn't really go into detail about that phenomena which happened 10 years ago. It seems like there is a sort of ongoing plot here where something's happened that caused these powers, and there's going to be a background story that they go into. But again,
it was Beaver Fever.
Yeah,
actually, that wasn't 10 years ago.
It's sad that it almost is 10 years ago. I can't believe that. Luckily, Justin Bieber's turned a page now, and he's actually producing good music.
Is he?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, at least better than
no. The ideal thing in Scotland right now is that instead of what do you mean, they've just got a thing called Scotch pie and beans. Scotch pie and beans. Oh, Scotch pie and beans. Sorry, this is just Scottish humour that you're not going to get, so I'll just carry on. Anyway, this is an action shonen. Big Order is an action shonen that has nothing to do with Scotch pie and beans. And yeah, it seems like it's going to be a more serious thing, but they're not really giving much detail. That's the big problem with the current summer anime. They're not really giving much for us to work with.
Yeah, there's no PV or anything to
there's no PV and a short synopsis, and it's an original piece of work. Then there's not much we can do with it. We just kind of guess at what it's going to be.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I like the idea that there's, I don't know. I guess I like the idea, but at the same time, it's got that whole sort of, I guess, that Dragon Ball Z kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, collect something, and then you've. In this case, it's not collect something, but just like grant a wish. But this is a thing about people that can get their wishes granted, because of a power. So I don't really know. I mean, the problem with this current season is the fact that a lot of the shows that we're talking about tonight, there's a lot of details missing that don't really give us I don't know, the kind of stuff that we need to know just to decide if we even want to watch it. So I can't really say on this one because...
Well, there'll probably be a preview or something later.
Yeah, this one starts April 16th. And I don't know. It's something I'll probably maybe give it a try at because they seem to have I don't know, like they have an idea for a special power that it can go as far from granting wishes to ruling and conquering the world and turning people into puppets, but they don't go into detail as to how that works. So I want to know. It's more out of curiosity than excitement that makes me want to watch this. So I'm going to give it a try, but I don't know, like the way they're describing it, it's like, if anything, it would probably come across better as a comedy, just like, oh yeah, they grant your wishes and you can conquer the world with it, and it's like, I don't know, they need to give a better explanation before I can judge. How about you guys?
I got nothing to say at all. There's only one image to judge it off, and I don't know.
Yeah, there's literally not much at all.
I got absolutely nothing to say about this show.
It sounds interesting. It could sound interesting, but then I don't know what the actual main focus is going to be. Like, is it going to be combat? Is it going to be exploration and adventure?
Well, it is described as an action shonen superpower. That is literally the genre description. So I get the feeling that there is going to be a good portion of fighting in it. So I don't know how that gets implemented into it, but
it will.
It will. So I would say check out the first episode, see what you get off of it, but we honestly do not have any idea how this is going to pan out. So give it a try if you feel up to it, but we cannot give you the information required to judge in advance.
Yeah. We tried, but we've given up on trying to give you the information that you want now. So,
good. How about yourself, Vacant? Have you got a final one to throw out at us?
No, I've given mine out. I've got everything that we've gone. We tried to give you a little bit of shit for the spring season. I think this one's a bit better, rather than us trying to come up with stuff about every single thing and research every single thing. I prefer it this way. Let us know, guys, if you prefer us to just do this and pick and choose. If we haven't mentioned anything that you wanted to talk about, by all means, get at us, tweet us, email us, leave a comment on the YouTube.
We did do a part 1, part 2 for the winter season, so if there's anything we've missed out, you can always mention it. We may do a second part, but
no promises.
There's the occasional sequels. I mean, we have another Magi out. Is it Magi or Magi? Magi, what? Magi. But we have that. We have Ushio Totora 2. We have a couple other things that are like sequels. Kyokai no Rine 2. If anyone's heard of these, then feel free to continue on with them. But I mean, if we're mentioning them and you don't know about them, then there's no point in getting excited about the next season when you've not watched the first season. So you can find out more from sites such as AniChart, Anime Lists, so on and so forth. They all give you good details, but we've just highlighted the ones that caught our interest. So
we have indeed. And that is the end of the show for us. So, is there any other...
Don't forget, back schoolgirls racing motorcycles.
Yeah, if there's anything we've learned today, is that schoolgirls racing motorcycles is not only dangerous, but it should be illegal. They need a license for this shit. They shouldn't.
That's why it's so funny.
Because they're not supposed to be there.
That's why it's funny, because when you put characters in a setting that is not expected, or they're not supposed to be there, then it makes like the best humor. Like that's why it's so novel. It's schoolgirls motorcycles. That's why it's hilarious.
I get it. I do get it.
That's why I think it's so funny.
Things that aren't supposed to be there is always...
It'd be like schoolgirls bodybuilding or something, you know?
Oh my god, that would
be... wait, there is one final one. There is one final one that I do feel the need to mention that no one has mentioned.
Go for it.
Bungo Stray Dogs. Tell me you guys have heard of this.
Nope.
Okay. This is one, I'm surprised I only just remembered it. I just saw it there when I was looking through it, and I noticed this a couple of weeks ago. And this is one that is actually a good one to end on, because this is one that seems like it's worthwhile. It begins with a character, I won't go into the names and stuff, but a character's kicked out of his orphanage and he has no place to go and no food. While he's standing by a river on the brink of starvation, he rescues a man who's attempting suicide. That man is Dazai Osamu, and he and his partner Kunikida are members of a very special detective agency who have supernatural powers. Now, I won't go into the full synopsis on this, but essentially your protagonist gets dragged into this detective agency, and this is one that is definitely worth checking out. Check out the trailer now, because
I'm watching.
This was one that really caught my interest when I was looking at this a while back. It's a sort of mystery, supernatural story. It's got great art style, as you've just mentioned, Manimal. And this and Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress were the two that caught my interest, but this one seems like it's going to be a very intellectual anime. And those can be quite hard to come by sometimes. So, I don't know why, but this one particularly caught my interest with the trailer.
Okay.
So, and this is from Bone Studio, which is like...
Doing 2 shows this season?
Yes, I believe they are. But this has been the one that's caught a lot of people's interest, so I'm actually very glad that I managed to throw that one in just before we ended the show, because this has been like the sort of big one that like anime fans that I know personally have been drawing attention to. So Bungo Stray Dogs. This is one that I would definitely recommend looking up. So if the one, right, I've given my recommendation, guys, on what specifically got. Have you guys got one of the ones you've read off that, or ones that you haven't, that you would want to recommend?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. Check that shit out. For me, one that I've read out, I would say Boku no Hero Academia, because it's the one that I've heard the most good things about, but Mayo Iga is the one that has piqued my interest the most, so that's one that I will recommend. But yeah, JoJo, get on that shit. Okay, so, right, that's been fun. As we say, we've missed
that's
anything
the spring
else.
season. Big ol' filler for the summer season. Love Live Sunshine. Look forward to that one this summer. Rewrite, yes. This season, I don't know. Whatever.
Animal's traditional love life obsession.
Oh yeah, and of course we all know the most exciting upcoming anime, frickin' Full Metal Panic 4. Don't know when that's gonna air, but it's gonna blow every single show of the year out of the water when it does.
This has come into conversation at some point before, hasn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did on the last preview thing.
Yes.
That's because it's freaking Full Metal Panic 4. There literally cannot be a more exciting anime to me than that. But yeah, that's that.
So thanks for listening, guys. As you may be aware, as we said on the previous episode, the Happy Hour podcast is now going weekly. So make sure that you check back next Wednesday. If you're wondering why this has been released early, that's the reason why. So check back next Wednesday or check back next week, and you'll have a new episode. So don't miss us too much. See, we just couldn't leave you without us for more than a week. So thank you very much, Manimal and Sherbet, for lending your expertise. If we've missed anything out, any shows, comment, like, subscribe, tell us what you think. Tell us what you didn't like. If you disagree with us, then fuck you. Not really. Bye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye now. Later.